Hi guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a talking video really. I fancy doing a talking video. I might just ramble on with shit at the moment, cause that's like me. You know when I've joined that Whippy group, Goth Week, I'm just checking my teeth because I've just cleaned my teeth and I'm starting to bleed, so it's hoping it's alright, stopped bleeding. It's just there where it's bleeding, but I've got to seriously start cleaning my teeth again. I hate cleaning them, but they've got to be done. If I'm going to be starting on this bloody course. Apparently, well, I'll get to the goth group in a bit, but apparently this course is up to 2 years and you get sent all over the place. You have to be, because Shirley was on it. She was on the same course as me, on the one I'm starting, and apparently you get sent to places like Red Hall, Morrison's up on Morton Park. You get sent to another place and another place. I'm actually going this week to Citizens Advice Bureau, the Tuesday. I'm going to go in the morning, see if I can get seen to, see if I can get some sort of help to get out of this course, because I can't do it, really guys, I cannot, and I know I can't. And if I have to go for another appeal, I might have to go for another appeal, get some more medical reports off my doctor, get another letter off my doctor, get one off the learning disability team who supported me, and I am going to try my best, but at the same time I am scared to lose my money. Now, if you have that right, because they always say on the letter, you have a right to have a decision, you have a right to appeal, but in the back of your mind, is your money going to get stopped and I have to go back to the job centre again and re-sign on? This is what I don't want to do. And it's very confusing, guys. Very, very confusing and scaring. Because people have said to me in the last week or so, because when I've been stressing out with this course, and people have said it to me, try and appeal against it. But I cannot, because in the back of my mind, is my money going to get stopped? And I'm trying to research stuff on Google to find the exact answer I'm looking for, and I can't find it. Because I want to know how to do this. I want to do it the right way. But next month, the end of this month, when me and Andrew go see our welfare officer, I am going to ask her to help me how I can do this. Because, guys, I can't at the moment. I can't. I'm not strong enough for this course. I'm not getting shoved left, right and centre everywhere in places where I don't like going. I can see myself end up walking out. I got told of my sister-in-law, if I do that, you don't get no money for the next 2 months. This is what our government's doing, guys. To people like us, or even people on the dole. Because if you're on the dole, right, and you don't write a certain thing, or you don't do, people who are on the dole know what I'm talking about, and you don't write down a certain thing on your action plan, or you can't, or you don't do what they ask you to do, and you get your money stopped for about 3 weeks or 2 months. How can they do that to a person? How? And I got told of Shirley, my sister-in-law as well, that they're taking down the phones in the job centre. First stops closing down but moving to another place, which is that drop-in centre I told you about. But what's the chances with people like us? I have to say like us, and for everybody else who uses a job centre, people like us, right? What's the chances, right? You haven't got a mobile phone or a laptop, and they're telling you to do everything online. What's the chances that you can't do it online? You can't understand it. Yes, we've got places where we can go to get help, but the places are shutting down. So we're stuck. You are stuck. And I know we've got the library, but I mean, there's not many libraries now about because everything's nearly online. Everything nearly online all the time. Even books you can read online. I mean, I was talking to a lady at the bus stop the other day when I went to Asda, and she had this tablet thing, iPad or whatever thing it is, and she was an elderly lady in her 70s, and I was watching her because it was quite amazing. It must have been some sort of book because she was like reading it and like using a touch. I thought, bloody hell, there's me, 45, can't even use a touch screen. Do you know what I mean, guys? I was literally thinking that in my head, but mind you, I did try to get used to Andrew's touch phone. But if I'm on this course and, like I say, and they ask me to use something and it's touched, I'm so sorry, I can't use anything that's touched. I am not good at doing touch stuff. Do you know? Because everything is now, it's changing with the new technology. These phones will be out soon, and it's going to be hard to get a simple phone because everything's on touch. And I can't do that. I'm going to get confused. I can see me walking out of this course. I can see me walking out of this course. But I'm also going to, when I go down next Thursday, I am going to say to them, look, I'm going to be straight and honest, guys, with them. I am going to be straight and honest. I say, if they ask me about my health, I'm going to say, I have my good days, I have my bad days. I don't really know why I'm on this course. And I feel that I'm not ready yet. They should have really given me till the 2 years was up, in my opinion. I would have been ready by then. Even though a part of me does want to go and just check it out and see what it's like. But a part of me saying, you might not like it. Do you know what I mean? And this is where it's scary. That is the scariest part. I know I go on about my benefits. I know I go on about my job centre, but I am trying to help people in case they get in my position. And it is very hard, guys. It is very hard. I will admit that. Because, I mean, you're worrying about it every single day. You're worrying who you're going to meet, where you're going to go. And, our country used to be a free country. It doesn't feel like it now. I mean, it's like the government is telling you what you have to do. I mean, there was one point I probably will get some comments for this, but there was one point where you could used to hang your flags. And now people are saying that you can't hang your flags. And I only hang my flags inside my house. Don't hang them outside, obviously. But so I know some people do. But when it's the football matches, when it's tennis, when it's basically when you celebrate something. Do you know what I mean, guys? Which you do, because you're British. And if you're not British, you support your country. And other people support their country. It's logical, it is right. I mean, I'm not always right, but I just try and think what I say and what I learn. And I put everything into my head to say to you guys. Yeah. And my other subject I'm going to talk about is the golf weekend. Now, there's a golf weekend group in Facebook. I know some of my friends on Facebook are friends with me, and I do apologise if I say anything out of line. I'm not trying to offend anyone. It's just this is my view, my strongly view about it, because I am still upset. I am upset because the fact is, because people have said to... Now, guys, you know, anybody like me, I respect the dead. It's like how Dougie said, the dead don't hurt you, it's the living that does. And I put a picture up of me and Andrew leaning on a grave. Now, apparently, in Whitby, there is supposed to be a notice to say you are not allowed to lean on graves or stand on graves. Now, if that was the case, I'm not being funny, guys, but it should be near where the steps are, when you go, if you know Whitby, where the steps are and the church is on the top, they should have the sign in front of you so you can read it. And the back of the entrance of Whitby is where the museum is from the other car park, from the Cliff South Car Park, I think it's called. And there should be another sign there just before you get into the churchyard. Now, years ago, if people remembered, in the 80s, there was a song out called Holding Back the Years by Simply Red. And that was filmed at Whitby. They were playing around in the graveyards and stuff like that. Now, I ain't being funny once again, and I hope I don't offend anybody, but Whitby, when it's a golf weekend, they should have security round, or some sort of stewards, to tell people, would you mind getting off the gravestones, because it's going to upset people, blah, blah, blah. Now, I put this in the golf group, and I know probably they said about the cost of the security, but you can get voluntary security people. I mean, like the stewards. I mean, it would be a good idea, because if they had them in the car park, working in the car park and directing people to go down wherever they go in Whitby and just keep a watch on everything. And it's a good idea. And I got a nasty remark about that. And I thought I left the group. But I've rejoined it, because the simple fact is I've got some good mates in there. I don't really want to lose them. And I enjoy what I see in the group with the photos and everything. But me and Andrew are going to go to Whitby in the near future. We are going to go for a day out, and we are going to look for that sign, and I will take a photograph of it just to prove something. prove a point. You know what I mean, guys? This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And, I mean, I do like it round Whitby. I do love it round Whitby. I do love being me. And then people were saying about, because there were some nice photos of people dressed up a little bit different to what the goth and the steampunks. And, I mean, by the end of the day, it's a goth weekend. If they want to dress up different. I mean, I don't see anybody having a go at Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa's different. It's a guy who has a Mona Lisa picture and he's got his head in the picture. Do you mean? Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't see anybody having a go at him. Do you know what I mean? It's just the group. It was a friendly group. And it's just like really upset me at the moment. Because somebody's put a nasty comment directed to Hell's Bells Adam Rockchick. And I was quite upset by it. Very upset. And doesn't seem like people stick up for you neither. I mean, you join these groups and you get bullied into these groups on Facebook and nobody sticks up for you. What's the point? What is the point of the internet? Do you know what I mean, guys? What is the point? I mean, yeah, there's a point where you're in touch with your friends, in touch with your family and blah, blah, blah. You share your life story. And people start on you. You know what I mean? People do start on you. Sometimes I get really fed up with it sometimes. And, I mean, I've put a nice group. I've added a couple of my friends on it. And my group's called the 80s group. And it's like basically based on bring back the 80s. Plus, it's bring back the 80s plus just talk about the 80s, like the films, how you grew up in the 80s, and fashion, anything to do with the 80s, basically. That because I'm mad on the 80s, and that's why I did a group. I mean, I like to add people who I know, and who's nice to me. And I've done the same on my tees, with photographs of my tees. And I've done the same with my dancing videos. So, you know what I mean, guys? It's just, sometimes it gets too much, guys. It does get too much. I mean, it's like I say, I've got a lot on this week. I mean, I've got my appointment at Citizen Advice Bureau, which I will be going down in the morning early, see if I can get seen to get some advice on this course thing, and to see if I can get a proper support worker, because I am not keen on the one I've got, because I can't see her staying in the room with me in the job course for 2 or 3 hours. I cannot see that. I need somebody with me, you know what I mean? Because I have to have someone with me, because that's what it says on my report. I mean, it's like my friend said to me the other day, I was tricked. I was tricked to go on this course, and I think I was. Even though my support worker was there, she didn't do anything. She didn't even stick up for me. Now, some support workers are supposed to say, well, she's not ready yet. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not. I'm not ready yet. I mean, I feel like going to that job set and telling them that I'm not ready yet. How can I get by this? I've got to pop down in the job centre sometime next week, because I've got a budget loan form, which I'm getting, basically I'm getting some stuff for the house, because I could do with, I I could do with getting the passageway decorated. And as soon as they've done that front room with a damp, I'm going to get that decorated, and I want to decorate the hallway if I can, where the stairs is. I've just had enough, guys. Really just had enough. It's tiring me out, all this business. I mean, Shirley said to me this course is going to last for 2 or 3 days. You go on for 2 or 3 days. And I said, you what? I said, I can't be on that for 2 or 3 days. 1 day a week I can do. I can't do 2 or 3 days a week. 2 or 3 days. I mean, I've got to have time to tidy my house. Do you know what I mean? I've got to have time to go out and get my shopping and stuff like that. I mean, right, if I do go on this course, I'm not going to get home till about 4 or 5 o'clock. And I'm just dreading it. And my poor cats are going to be left alone. You know what I mean? It's... Oh, man. Guys, I just don't know what to do. Really don't. You probably won't see this video till... I'll try and get it uploaded in the morning. If I can, depending what time I get up early. I've been up since 3:30 again. I'm going to have an early night tonight. About 5 o'clock, I think. I've had fell asleep, but I'm still tired. But it's just going to be a stress, guys. It's going to be a strain. But 1 more year, we have the election in May. Yes. Well, actually, it'll be a year this month in May for the next election. And I can actually see Labour coming back in. That is my opinion. Because a lot of people are getting sick. Even workers, people who have got jobs, who I've spoke to, they're getting sick. The staff at the Morrisons are getting sick because some people have been cut down with their jobs. And Stephen, my friend, he's getting sick because he's been cut down and from jobs and from work hours. I mean, look, it's not just people who are on benefits, it's for workers as well. I mean, workers are struggling as well. Because like I said, I was watching this programme and it was really interesting about it. And it was just basically about how, when I told you about that lad from Redcamp, and I told you about, no, I didn't tell you about the other family. There's a family, right? She works. And it's basically, it was a black family. She's a social worker and she works for the social people. And she works and she lives in a block of flats. And she has a grandma there, I think, a father there, and a brother, a sister, and her kids. And they all live in one room. Because the other 2 rooms are full of damp. And it's a council flat. And they haven't done anything to the damp. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's a kid there who's 11. I mean, you do feel sorry for him. I mean, I'm thinking, well, I complain about my damp, but I'm not as bad as others, what they have to suffer. And it doesn't make you think. I mean, I'm not worse off. I would say I'm not worse off. I'm slightly okay. I would say I'm in the middle. But it's like I said like Dougie said to me years ago, he said, when this government did come in, because he wasn't too happy about them neither, with them being a pensioner. And our Dougie said that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. But what does that make us? Are we middle class? Or are we in the middle? Are we poor? It doesn't make sense. I mean, like when I had money doesn't go anywhere nowadays. It's in one hand and out the other. I remember when you used to have a fiver. A fiver used to last you all week. You should remember that, guys. A fiver lasted you all week. Now, a fiver doesn't. Not even a tenner. And tenner doesn't. I don't know really how people can manage. And I do feel sorry for them. I mean, sometimes I look at people when I'm having a fag in the town, and I'll just like watch the world go by, and you see people and you think, how the hell do you cope? Do you know what I mean? And you see people who's scruffy. I mean, I've known this homeless guy, and I've known him for years, and I do feel sorry for him because he used to work with me, and I'm thinking, how you got down that road? How did you get down that road? He is a nice guy. He really is a nice guy. I mean, when this bedroom tax came in, and I was researching on that on YouTube, and I was looking and seeing how all the benefits are going to change in monthly, because someone told me a year ago that on Facebook that your money will be going monthly in it, and I can't see them doing that actually to people who are especially homeless. I cannot. And I don't know if people are going to be better off or worse off if they do it monthly, because you've got to figure out your money, make your money last you like for a week after the week. I mean, when I get paid monthly with my DLA, it's in one hand and out the other. By the time I pay my bills out, gas and electric, TV licence if I paid up to it, Bright House, your shopping, my tax, my credit for my phone, my fags. I'm lucky if I'm left with about 30 or 40 quid. I'm lucky if I've got that. And I can see other people's views on things. I can see how people struggle. I mean, my friend Stephen, he works every day in the week. He does not get time off. He works from 5 till 6 at night. And he gets paid monthly. And it's gone in 3 days. I mean, it is ridiculous. It is, guys. Come on, you know that. So I'm not speaking on behalf of me, I'm speaking on behalf of all of you, because I know how hard for all of us are struggling. You know that. I mean, if I did work full time, right, I am just saying, right, if I did work full time, I would have to pay my tax on top of my rent. I would have to pay full rent. My water rates. Oh, I forgot about that water rate bill, yeah. Water rates. My other bills, gas, electric, etc. extra. I've got to pay that. Plus, you got to pay for your prescriptions because you don't get that free. You got to pay doctor's fees. You don't get that free when you're working, I don't think. And your glasses as well. You've got all that. I've got all that to think about. Would I, if I did get a full-time job, would I get help? Would I get support? This is the thing. And now, am I too old to get a job? Because I'm 45-year-old. Now, my brother-in-law, my late brother-in-law, on Marcus's dad's side, and Barry, years ago, when he was 50, I remember I bumped into him in the town, and he was talking about his job, because he got made redundant. I think he got made redundant with rolling mills, which is not far from where I live. It's a factory that makes steels, I think, and I left, and I was talking to him, and I said, where you going? He said, oh, I've got an interview, but he said, I doubt it, I'll get it. I said, why is that? He said, I went for another one, he went for another interview the other week. He said, because of my age, they're discriminating me because of my age. I said, you what? But you've got qualifications, you're stable for a job. And he said, yeah, I know. And he's 50, guys. My friend, there was another friend of mine he's in his 60s. And they actually got him, trying to get him to have a job. I thought, what? You're having a laugh? You know what I mean? 65-year-old working. You should be retiring by then. Do you know what I mean? Because it's that age where you do retire. OMG. Yes. I could not believe that, guys. I couldn't. But I am just saying my views. I am just saying my opinions. I am just saying it's going to be hard, especially for me, because I have no skills. All of the skills I've got is typing, but I mean, that was done years ago. Typing was done years ago from college. I mean, I don't know if I'd be qualified to get some more certificates. I did have a food hygiene certificate. I did have a health and safety certificate, but I don't know where they've gone. Because when we moving house everywhere, they've gone. But I think you do have to do your health and safety one and your first aid certificate, I think, if you do go on a course. And because I did that on my course when I was on employment training. So, basically, guys, I just wanted to tell you my views on things and views on life. And so, I'm going to catch you all, guys, later. And I don't know if I'll be doing much videoing this week, because I'm going to be really worn out with I'm going to be here, everywhere this week. But if I do have a time out, it'll be Wednesday at the latest. So, the next drinking session will be next Sunday, because I might have a week off, actually. I'm going to have a week off, because I'm not back at swimming till the 25th of May, because I think it's with the bank holiday sessions, they're having a holiday. Yeah, because there's the last bank holiday, isn't there? Yeah, some coming up for the end of the month. So, guys, here's my views on stuff, right? Love you loads. Be cool, be happy, stay tuned. Hell's 402, I'm out of here.